Yeah, I can talk for you. Ready to roll.
Ready to roll. You right, Trav? I'll just message Luke.
You look official.
Have I got my finger?
I like the shirts.
Yes, you have got big shoes to fill from Kylie. Hey, Lizzie, how'd your foot go?
Gosh, she's like Kylie. In the best way, but they sound exactly the same. Roche gifted me these chockies and a Coke Zero in the fridge yesterday to get me through the day.
Legsy, look how cute she is. Legs in like this little basketball.
It's like Laura
Tucked
Irvine
up a
has
bit.
popped in under.
Okay, no, she's looking at us. Like that. She's not.
Oh. Right. Well,
How long did they say?
it's Damo on the other end. So Luke said he should be right to go. Damo, I'll count us in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Hello, you're tuning into O&M Live Netball, kindly brought to you by McRae Motors. I'm Rhiannon Harris. It's finals time, and today we are kicking off the finals campaign with the qualifying final at the WJ Finlay Oval, where the second-placed Wangaratta take on the Lavington Panthers. The winner of today's game will get the opportunity to take on the minor premiers in Yarrawonga next weekend. A big good afternoon to you, Tam Matthews.
Yes, Reed, it's so good to be here. The best time of year, finals time, and the sun is shining. It is finals weather.
Sun's out, guns out,
Guns
a
out.
few new tans out on court, and we love to see it. But we will start today by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we broadcast from, the Wiradjuri people, and paying our respects to their elders past, present and emerging, and extending this respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders people here today and tuning into this stream at any point. We've made it, and Wangaratta taking on Lavington. Lavington with the upper hand going into today. They have won both meetings during the home and away season.
They certainly have, and it's really interesting. I think the game only a few weeks ago was played in completely different conditions. It was cold, it was wet, it was a really slippery sort of court surface, and I think we're going to see a very different kind of game today. As we said, it's a warm day. I think that's probably going to play into Wang's favour in that they like to play a really fast, quick ball movement kind of game. So I think we'll expect to see a really different game, and finals just brings out a very different Wang team. So
and credit to Lavington. They've really built their season and probably are peaking at the right time. They looked kind of out of contention, probably halfway through for one of the top final spots, coming in at 5th for the second half of the season. In those last few weeks, a few really crucial wins, giving them the second chance opportunity, which is what all of the teams are striving for. I mean, Yarrawonga will be really proud to have that minor premiership, but just to know that they've got that little bit of a buffer of a second chance is great. And so in round 7, the two teams met. 46-50 was the score down across the road here at the Normans Oval in the favour of Lavington. Really interesting. In that game, both teams had 58 attempts on goal. 4 shooters rotated for Wangaratta, whereas the Panthers just stuck with Liv Sanson and Christina Gucci in the circle.
yeah, and I remember that game distinctly, that Sarah Meredith and Taylor Ferber were just outstanding for Lavington, and even the game recently, that the defensive efforts of Lavington was, again, I think, really what won them the game. So it's a different lineup for Lavington. Sarah Meredith's gone out of the lineup, and I think, you alluded to the fact that Lavington, were sitting around 5th midway through the competition. To their credit, they've lost a really experienced defender in Sarah Meredith, and they have just stepped up. Taylor Ferber has gone to another level. I think she has become the most important player in their team in the absence of Sarah Meredith. And, we talk a lot about Christina Gucci. Taylor Ferber is the person that is giving them the ball. And Kate Mastronardi has just come into her own. She's come onto the court. It would be really easy to feel a lot of pressure coming into that side, but she just seems to have relished it. She's got under the post. Her rebounding strength has been phenomenal, and they continue to give their attackers and Christine more and more opportunities. So to their credit, they've really built on the second half of the season, and it'll be great to see what they do today.
Absolutely. The second time, as we said, only a couple of weeks ago, round 16 was 39-34, the final score, probably reflective of the weather.
Yeah, and there was actually an error in the score, so it was 39-37. Yeah, there was an error in the final score. So
there we
it was
go.
actually
So only 2 goals.
It was actually only a
Excellent.
2-goal margin in the end.
There we go.
So
But interestingly, both teams had the same amount of attempts on goal, 51. So Amanda Umansky's stats on the day weren't probably something that she was her happiest, but she did rebound a lot of those. And I think remembering back to that game, I felt like Wang actually threw away a lot of unforced ball due to the defensive pressure of the Panthers, but a lot of ball going over sidelines that we don't particularly see from their mid-quarters a lot. And I thought Christine and Liv really stood up in that game in the circle with the defensive pressure of Brooke Price and Katie Dean and Hannah Grady swinging through that circle.
Yeah, they did. I felt, particularly in the first half of that game, Wang's connections, particularly in their goal circle, was really lacking, and they seemed to take quite a bit to sort of work out their connection and the ball movement. And as you said, there was a lot of balls over the back line and over the sideline. They started to work that out. I thought their mid-quarters, their 3 mid-quarters, Izzy Byrne or Izzy Newton, and Ellie Cooper had great games. Leah Genvy, when she came into wing attack, I thought she was outstanding. So those 3 are going to be really important for them today in the mid-court, particularly in this weather. They've got big engines. We know they can run all day, and they're going to have to continue to give Wang plenty of drive and provide plenty of stability as they go into attack. And making sure that they're really looking after the ball, because we know those Lavy defenders, if they get an opportunity, they're going to rebound the ball. It's going to be really hard to get a second opportunity.
And just before we go on to today's team list, we'll just quickly cast our eyes over last week's results. Yarrawonga ending the season in the fashion that we thought they would, 72-41 over Wodonga. All 3 shooters for the Pigeons really putting up a great score. Sarah Moore, 27, Maddie Allen, 23, and Kalisha Pell, 22. That's a very evenly spread score sheet for those 3, but lovely to see the youngsters in Ruby Martin and Cassie Mathy for Wodonga getting some court time, notching some goals alongside Lisa French in the circle for the Bulldogs. Lavington are coming off a strong win against Albury. Albury threw everything and anything at them. They tried so many different combinations to try and stop Christine in that circle. They really didn't match up in height, and Ange DeMamia was best on day for the Panthers. She was really steady in that mid-court, nothing too showy, but just really connected that defence end to the attack end, and I thought Brigida Singy in the losing team was exceptional, and I look forward to seeing what she brings into season 2024. The Raiders, surprise, probably scoreline in what's going to be our elimination final tomorrow against Myrtleford, 61-41, and what won them the game was their first quarter, 22-9. That is a huge 31 goals scored in a quarter is massive. But to have 22 your way is incredible, and lovely to see Taylor Donlan and Emily Stewart sharing the load there across the goals again.
It's been a bit of a feature of Raiders. They've started games really strongly. They've had some really big first quarter margins, so they'll be really pleased with that. As you said, it's a preview to tomorrow's game. Myrtleford, obviously without Sophie Hanrahan, who was away at ANC, and also without Beck Piazza. So 2 really important players to their team missing. They'll make a difference coming back in tomorrow. Not 100% sure if Beck Piazza is playing tomorrow. Have heard some whispers she may not be. So fingers crossed she is, so that we see a really great contest. But yeah, we'll give Raiders a lot of confidence going into tomorrow's game.
And in that last game last weekend, North Albury, 66 the victors over the Rovers. But credit to the Rovers, they kind of stuck in there till about half time, and then M. Brown rallied the troops at North Albury for a really great win, which was probably reflective of the end of their season. They were really competitive, but just couldn't quite get enough wins. If we have a look at the team list for today, we will start with Wangaratta, the Magpies, coached by Hannah Grady and Lou Byrne. They're going to start with Amanda Umansky in goal shooter, Kelly Keane in goal attack, Izzy Byrne through wing attack, Ellie Cooper in the centre, Hannah Grady in wing defence, Brooke Price in goal defence, and Katie Dean in goalkeeper, with Leah Genvy, Amy Byrne and Georgia Clark on the bench. However, when I look over at the Magpies, Leah Genvy doesn't have a dress on. She's in the civvies.
I did notice that. So there's obviously looking like a late change.
Perhaps maybe an injury or just a little bit of resting, and that will be a big loss for them coming off their bench, because she brings so much experience, but so much intensity.
Yeah, she certainly does, and she made a really big impact when she came into wing attack against Lavington last time. coming in, she came on against Steph Clancy, and Steph really found it really hard to match up on her. She really had no answers to the way Leah played. So they'll certainly miss her. And as we know, when she goes into wing defence, her aerial ability is just quite phenomenal to watch. So they won't have her by the look of it, but they've certainly got, and that's one of the features of their side this year, that they can swing any number of players across any number of positions, and they'll be really looking for that today, I'd say.
Yeah, and I like that they've started with Umansky and Keane in the circle. I think that's probably the shooting combination in the last quarter of that round 16 clash that probably worked the most, and I think that was a credit to the smarts of Kelly Keane.
Yep.
She just came in and just played really clever netball, used her body really well to open the space up behind her for Umansky.
I think she's a nice balance. We know we've got the speed and the pace of an Izzy Newton and an Ellie Cooper, and I think Kelly just provides that balance, and she just allows them to stop, look and set up the play as they hit circle edge. She's so balanced and composed. A brilliant shot at goal as well, and her feeds to Amanda are spot on, and I think she probably provides a nice calming influence to Amanda as well. And Amanda was a bit unsettled in that last game, so perhaps there's a little bit of that too. She's very familiar with the way Amanda plays, and I like that starting lineup as well. I think today's conditions will suit Brooke Price better. She got called a lot in the last game out of play on the transverse, and I think that was probably due to the wet conditions. It didn't suit her style of play. You know, she likes to really attack the ball, and those wet conditions were not great for her. But I think today being dry will really suit her a lot more when she's attacking the ball out of the circle. So, you know, that will be a great contest, her on Liv Sanson.
Yeah, as we look to the Lavington Panthers, coached by Linda Charlton, they will start with Christina Gucci in goal, shooter, Olivia Sanson in goal, attack, wing attack, Maddie Lloyd. Centre, they welcome back Brooke Wilson, who was away last week, so it'll great to see her back on the court. Wing defence, Steph Clancy. Goal defence, Taylor Ferbera, and goalkeeper, Kate Mastronardi. On their interchange, they have Ange DeMamuel, Audrey Adams, Maddie Plunkett, Monica Dimboski, and Amy Houlihan. Again, the starting seven that we probably predicted from the Panthers. However, after Ange's game last week, I thought perhaps she might get the start here against Ellie Cooper, but Brooke Wilson's been really consistent through that mid-court for the Panthers all year.
Yeah, look, she has, and I think Brooke really attacks the ball, so I think maybe they look for that in that opening quarter, particularly starting off really explosively, and then I think Ange comes in and provides a real settling kind of influence later in the game. I think based on the last game, Brooke's going to have to do a lot more on Ellie than she did last game. She's going to have to run harder with her, particularly when there's a turnover. But they've got the fresh legs of Ange. So if after a quarter they need to change that, they need to do that earlier than probably what they did last time. We'll see how that plays out. But they've got that option there, which is to their advantage. The other thing that I really like is that they've got Maddie Plunkett on the bench if they need to make that change.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, I think something that has worked in their favour probably in the last 5 or so rounds is their feed and their accuracy of their feed into Christine. I think they've actually worked that they can push the ball a little bit higher. She does have that height advantage already, but if the ball's not put up high enough, defenders can contest that ball. So I think Maddie Lloyd will be instrumental in that, but that matchup with her and Hannah Grady in wing attack and wing defence is going to be really, really ruthless.
Yes.
They're going to run all day. And likewise at the other end, Steph Clancy is not going to give Izzy Byrne an inch. And, I expect there to be a few really close contests to ball.
And I think there'll be bodies on the ground. I think it's going to be a great contest. Neither side is going to leave anything in the tank today, that's for sure. But look, it's a change in conditions, so there teams have to play smart. This warmer weather is going to take its toll on these teams today. They're not used to it, and I know you like to think you've got fitness behind you, but it is a change in conditions, and it will certainly take its toll.
Absolutely. And just one thing to mention, the Panthers are donating black armbands today for Richard Robertson, who is Steph Clancy's father-in-law, who passed away last week. So sending all our love to the Robertson family. He was a big part of the Lavington community, helping out with the chef skills through the kitchen and things. So a lovely gesture for the girls to be donating those armbands today as we see the players take the court. Tam, I've gone Wang today. I think after 2 losses to Panthers, they're out to avenge that.
Yeah, I'm going Wang. I think their finals experience and I've seen the way they step up in finals, and they take it to another level. So I think they'll get the job done as well.
As we are underway, the Panthers with their first centre pass, they make no doubt here. Christina Gucci getting them underway with her first goal on the board. Cooper goes to burn. Newton, I should say. Sorry, Izzy. As Grady and Cooper connect through that centre third, a contact call puts Brooke Wilson out of play. Space on the top of the circle opens up for Newton and Cooper. Kelly Keane using the arch of the circle there. And the high ball into Umansky. Contested by Mastronati, but the wrong arm and a contact call puts her out of play.
And putting the ball down for Keane. She says, no, you can take that one, Kelly. And she makes no mistake.
Keane getting us underway. Scores are level here, 1 goal apiece on the 777 automotive scoreboard. And an obstruction call, Newton out of play. The Magpies doing well. They kind of locked the Panthers into that far.
Footwork call on Lloyd. So Grady with the turnover there for Magpies. Newton, to Cooper. Keane coming out of the circle with a strong drive. Goes in the pocket to Newton and over the top to Umansky. She takes a strong ball there, and the contact call on Mastronati's just slightly late to the contest there.
The Magpies really found some space through that play there, and a miss from Umansky. Panthers underway.
Looking to move it quickly there was Ferbra too.
Just gets held up by an obstruction call. Ferbra transitioning the ball. Lloyd balks to see if she can get the harms reach out of Grady out of the way. Price coming around and Aguchi not keen to shoot that one. But the high ball coming in and trickling through.
Just falls in, doesn't it?
2 goals to 1 here. The lead to the Panthers on the 777 automotive scoreboard. First quarter action thanks to Cavalier Homes.
Cooper, Newton just spills the ball, but Price there to pick up the scraps.
We'll call it a pass.
Keane forced to go back to the line, but Wang happy to work it round, and they're good at being patient.
Lots of hustling of bodies. Umansky finding the space in front. And her first goal, 2 goals apiece here on the 777 automotive scoreboard. Wilson to Lloyd. Oh, great attempt there from Cooper.
Oh,
and another one.
Keane went flying through the air, but a good ball by Lloyd finds Aguchi on the lead. She makes no mistake.
And Wang really, with that height differential there, all they can do is really slow down the play and then really hope that the feed goes in slow, which I think is probably why they've started with Grady in wing defence, to really put that arms over pressure over Lloyd, just to try and make the feed not so dominant.
Yeah, absolutely. And we know how strong Hannah is at that 3 feet hands over defence. As Keane, smart little look away pass, shoots it off to Umansky, and she makes no mistake. So Wang go to 3 goals. It's 3 goals apiece here on the 777 automotive scoreboard. Umpires found a breaking call on Wangaratta, so advances it down on to Lavington's ball.
And the space opens up.
Straight over the top to Aguchi, and she just keeps it in and makes no mistake there.
4 goals to 3 here. Newton, great centre pass receive there. Cooper did have the space coming through that centre channel, but they opt to go back. Keane through the mid-third, opts for the refeed. Newton to Cooper.
Good drive by Cooper, finds top of the circle.
And she looked once to Keane and kind of drew Ferbra half-heartedly then. Didn't quite open the space, but the contact call coming from the back player.
And that'll be the role that Kelly Keane will look to play a little bit too. She'll be smart enough to know that a lot of her work will be sitting outside the circle, trying to draw Taylor out of that circle and leaving Amanda in a one-on-one.
Like a third feeder, nearly.
Yeah, because Taylor's so damaging in the circle and around the arc. If they can get her out of the circle and leave a one-on-one situation, then that really works to their advantage.
Beautiful feed there from Liv Sanson to Aguchi. Their partnership in that circle has really come to the front this season.
Wilson obstruction, 2-on-1 in the top of the circle, finds Cooper and Kelly Keane in through the top. She'll take the shot. Ferber obstruction on
And
the
again,
land.
there's the smarts of Kelly Keane to really
Just hold the ball.
coax and coax Ferber out to force the contact, and Mastronardi as well now.
Yep.
Finishing with the goal. 5 goals apiece here on the 777 Automotive scoreboards. 5 minutes being played on the McRae Motors time clock. This is the qualifying final. The winner of today will get the opportunity to take on the Pigeons next weekend. The loser will drop into next weekend's elimination final. As Aguchi, another goal from her, takes the Panthers to 6. Cooper, great decoy drive there. Brooke Wilson, well done from that contest there, just not to get pulled out of play.
You can see Keane again.
Oh, Mastronardi, front position,
Yeah,
2 hands, really well contested. And the crowd are enjoying it as well. A great attacking play there from Mastronardi.
And Ferber's not coming out with Keane. I reckon Keane can look to work that ball in and really pop into that front space. They're really sitting back in a 2-on-1 on Umansky.
And that transition just made so easy when Ferber is left on her own. She's got so much height through that mid-court. Sanson doing a power of work out, and another great feed into Aguchi, taking the Panthers out to 7 goals here. Sanson with the centre pass.
Forced to go back. So, but a penalty found. So Lloyd with the ball. Finds Sanson. She looks
Price
straight
there.
into Aguchi. Steps in. Dean doesn't have to move, but the ball falls in anyway. So Panthers move to 8. Wangaratta on 5, doing the chasing. Newton back to Price. Goes to Cooper, forced to go back again. So just being held up here, Wang, but Newton a great give and go to find circle edge. Keane again, just sitting outside the circle. Little one to Newton before they look in.
Well
to
fed there
Umansky.
from Izzy Newton. Out in space. And Amanda holding strong in that back space. Keane with the penalty pass or shot, taking the shot. 8 goals to 6 here on the 777 Automotive scoreboard. 7 minutes have been played on the McRae Motors time clock. Panthers with the centre pass. Lloyd looking down.
So Wang really trying to spread them here, which they're doing, but Lavington's still able to find Aguchi under that post.
And it is the 2-on-1 in the circle in favour of the Panthers. Sanson drops it in to Aguchi, finishing a nice play there. 9 goals to 6, the lead to the Panthers. Keane to Price. Lloyd attempts the intercept. Newton stepping up the penalty. Keane, high ball over circle edge to Cooper. Those quick hands of Kelly Keane just really...
And drawing that contact too, and that's taking Taylor Ferber out of that defending zone, although the miss there allows them to get the rebound.
And
they
both
move it
misses have
quickly.
gone in the way of the Panthers. Would love to see Amanda just box out a little bit and find that front space. But credit to the Panthers defenders. Whew,
Big
and
ball.
a little bit too much on that one from Maddie Lloyd. So a quick transition from the Panthers, but they cannot capitalise. So it puts the ball in the hands of the Magpies. Katie Dean to Price. Oh, Grady, that was a heavy stop there.
Yeah, I reckon she...
Changing direction. Cooper to Price. Newton sneaking behind. Clancy there.
Strong drive by
And
Cooper,
Cooper
finding
just
space
finding-
again. And Keane again coming out.
Newton was left on her circle edge then.
Oh, and the
Clancy
umpires
got
found a contact on Umansky. So Lavington with another opportunity to go forward here. So Ferber through Clancy. Over to Lloyd, switching. Just being held up here by the hands of with Wangaratta. Forced to go from side to side. Here's Lavington. So Wang doing a good job of holding them up here. And Katie Dean
coming through. Liv Sanson looking to the umpire there, but you can't wait for the umpire, particularly in finals.
No.
Magpies will want to capitalise on such a great turnover.
And that was good persistence by Wang, really, just to hold them up and then allow Katie to see that ball as they find
Bullet pass.
Umansky in front position. She'll have another shot there. So reward for effort there from Wangaratta. Takes them to 7. Still trailing Lavington 9. Lavington centre pass. Liv Sanson forced to go back to Taylor Ferber. So
Boy,
again,
they're really stuck on that side channel furthest from us. That's where the ball movement has been in this whole play. It does manage to find Aguchi. Price stood out of play for the contact. And the goal to finish, taking the Panthers out to 10 goals to 7. The lead here on the 777 automotive scoreboard. Cooper and Grady double playing.
And Clancy again, it's been a lot of contacts and obstructions there. So Newton really working hard to draw that penalty.
And that
Cooper.
one there was probably a really lazy obstruction from Clancy, just chucking her hands up on the circle edge, which they can't afford to do, particularly if this game stays as close as it is. Keane stepping up the penalty next to Mastronardi.
And Umansky
And a
just
beautiful
blocking
shot
out
to
Taylor
finish.
Ferber there. So
10 goals to 8 here in favour of the Panthers. 10.5 minutes have been played in this first quarter thanks to McRae Motors. Clancy gives off to Lloyd, and the obstruction call puts Grady out of play. Ball has to go back to the line to swing in. Price.
Price
and
front
that is-
position.
Oh.
There was not enough on that. That went straight into the hands of Brooke Price then.
And I think maybe the angle of the umpire then, or perhaps from where we are, we can't see what angle Price went down at, but she certainly had front position and 2 hands on that ball.
Yeah, that was
Newton, though, putting the Magpies in their attack again. Cooper and Newton combining. Keane using Cooper, circle edge. And Mastronardi.
yeah,
A great tip and a great follow from her there.
Mansky went and then stopped.
She didn't finish the movement,
No.
and she probably had all the space. Just a little bit of second guessing.
Newton tip, but no one under it. So Lavington able to regain the ball.
Sanson turns and
straight to Gucci.
it's a real strength of Liv Sanson is just
Her
turning.
awareness of where she is, isn't it?
Yep,
Yeah.
turning and looking in and just delivering a really, really crisp ball. Lloyd to Sanson, and again, Dean does her best to get around, but can't quite get far enough. So 13-8 here, the lead to the Panthers on the 777 automotive scoreboard. First quarter, thanks to Cavalier Holmes. Cooper outstretched to receive that pass. The hustle work from Mastronardi just making it hard for the Magpies to know where to put that ball into Umansky.
Yeah.
She takes a nice deep breath to
And I think
retrieve that
she
ball.
needs to
pulls
either
it in.
commit to the hold or commit to the drive. She's getting stuck sometimes. In
Price.
between.
She came out, got a touch on it, but it will be a Panthers throw-in. Clancy. Hands over pressure from Keane. Wilson, centre third. Gives off to Lloyd. They're in their attacking third now, and Sanson will
turn
look.
a look and does.
And she's out of court, unbalanced, so flirting with that baseline.
She got caught very deep on that occasion, didn't she?
There's a contact call further up the court.
So it's a
Grady getting us underway with the transition.
good tussle between Grady and Lloyd. And a footwork call on
call
Price.
again.
Yeah, she did go dancing there a little bit. So Lavington with another opportunity. Lloyd in the pocket and Oguchi home alone. So she'll make no mistakes. So Lavington able to get that one back. 14 plays 9 here. 777 automotive scoreboard. Not long to go in this quarter. Cooper forced to go back to Grady, getting a bit stagnant on the line there in that case, Wangaratta.
Cooper, that footwork just is so dynamic, and she just gets a step ahead of the attack of it. Keane,
the
very
look away.
clever.
Just the awareness of knowing where her players are is outstanding. And again, drawing the obstruction.
Umansky standing up strong.
Yeah.
And a beautiful shot there from Keane. 10 plays, 14 in favour of the Panthers. We are into the final minute and a half of this first quarter in this qualifying final. Grady stood out of play. The high ball
Big ball
in.
to the-
And again, Brooke Price gets a hand on it just as it's going out. So great defensive pressure there from both Magpies defence. Sanson.
And I wonder if that was delivered thinking there wasn't a lot of time left.
Sanson again edges up, and Dean does the hedge work. And Grady.
Contact call made on Liv Sanson, I think. So Wang will get the ball. Dean finds Price. Cooper through the middle. She's been really consistent for them.
And
Ellie
the
Cooper.
Magpies have plenty of time to capitalise here. And a footwork
Another
call
footwork
again.
call. Yeah.
Interesting. So Wilson delivering that ball into Oguchi. A contact of Price on the land. Sanson Beautiful
Nice
mid-range goal from Liv Sanson. 5 goals the lead to the Panthers. 15-10. Less than 20 seconds in this first quarter, and you can hear the calls of no goal from the bench. Hustling the defender.
Needs to get under that post. Shoot at Kelly Keane if you need a quick goal here.
Oh, it looked like it was going in. Now it will be up to the Magpies to not let the goal in. So that is the first quarter here. The Panthers with the 5-goal advantage, 15 goals to 10 in this qualifying final. This is O&M Live Netball, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SS&A.
Recognise this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip and laugh a bit.
0.0% alcohol?
This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onwards, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
From entertainment to news and subscriptions in between, manage select subscriptions in one place with Optus SubHub. Streamline your paid subscriptions and save up to 10%. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Welcome back to O&M Live Netball, coming to you today from the WJ Finlayson Oval, the qualifying final. Second place Wangaratta have a little bit of work to do in this second quarter to not let this advantage that the Panthers have 15-10 in favour of the Panthers. Very hotly contested first quarter. It was quick, which we assumed given the dry and perfect conditions. And the only change that has been made on court is that Ange Demamuel's come into the centre, and I think that's to combat the speed and the agility of Cooper, so we look to see them just run side by side.
Yeah, and I think Brooke Wilson was getting called out of play quite a bit, and you can't afford to do that. I think Ange plays a cleaner game, and she'll stay in play and apply more pressure with hands over, so I think that's a good move there. As you see, Christina Gucci put one on the board for Panthers. They moved to 16, leading the Magpies 10 here in the second quarter.
Bullet pass from Newton to Keane.
Oh, brilliant pass into Umansky.
Kind of
She
saying
said,
what you can do, I can do
Oh,
better.
I've had enough of this. I'm just going to go over the top of all the mess.
And Lloyd, a great drive from her under pressure. Ferbra gives to Clancy, and Price coming through with the contact at the end was the outside arm, but probably just a half a second late. Demamiel, great feed then into Aguchi. 2-on-1 is always going to be hard to match that height. Newton fully stretched and at speed. We do love to see it. Cooper changing angles there, bring it back to that centre channel.
Newton to Keane on the run. She's outside the circle.
And Newton's on her own on that circle edge again. That was better from Umansky. She had front spot. She found the back, but probably just a little bit hesitant was the feed. And Demamiel coming through. And it's earned the Panthers the throw-in.
Off Newton, the umpire said. So
contested play from the Magpies on that throw-in. Clancy to Ferbra, very, very deep on the sideline.
Oh,
Grady comes through, half a second late. Demamiel.
Good switch up by Cooper. She saw that Grady was caught further down the court and picked up Lloyd.
18 goals to 11 here is the score, thanks to Cavalier Homes, our second quarter, thanks to McRae Motors. Dean.
Oh, Gucci, home alone.
She was left to Gucci home alone, went to kind of hedge the space a little bit, but probably half a second too early. But I think she's got to start doing a few things like that just to change up what the Panthers are doing in attack. Newton to Cooper, to Keane. We were just saying off air, Umansky just doesn't look completely settled down there. Looks a little bit undecided in what she wants to do. I think that's a credit to the work that Kate Mastronardi's doing. She is such a strong body and such a strong presence in there. Keane, though, makes no doubt the 12th goal for the Magpies.
And Umansky just calling time here and coming off. Looks like she's copped a whack. So Georgia Clark will come into the goal shooting position. Yeah, and I'm not sure why she's confused. She's got quite a height advantage over Mastronardi. I would be saying get under the post and
like
put on
that
a good
first
hold.
feed that went in there.
Because if she jumps, Mastronardi, and the ball's put in the right spot, Mastronardi should not be able to contest that. So
contest that play there against Demamiel. Penalty wasn't set. Oh, in the hands of Dean. Oh, and Price.
Not able to pull it in.
Not able to pull it in. And
things just
Panthers
not falling Wang's way, are they?
Capitalising Magpies here with the centre pass. A heavy contact there as Newton came through. Sees Clancy out of play. Price to Newton to Keane. And it'll be a matter of Clarkey not trying to overdo things in there now and move a little bit too much and really set up the play. But Mastronardi stood out of play, and Clark, the first goal for her re-entry to the court in this qualifying final.
She's quick enough, Clark. She just needs to time those pops forward.
Or Lloyd, clever release there because she knew that she was going to make the
twinkle
footwork.
Toes, wasn't
very,
it?
very twinkle toes from Chip, as she's aptly known. And Dean got enough on it that the feed was going to go over the edge, but obstruction call a little bit too close first.
And I have to say, impressive hair by Christine today. It is looking amazing.
Sanson
makes no mistake.
The weave?
It is a weave, and she's gone for the blonde weave.
Beautiful as Newton just grimaces a little bit receiving that pass. Grady and Price having to work again. Newton bounce passes.
And
Clark is out.
Smart play by Newton.
Oh, and Demamiel
coming through, gets the tip.
And the Panthers very quickly to transition and make it into their attacking third, and the feed puts Gucci straight under the post. 22 plays 13 here on the Cavalier home scoreboard. A breaking call.
So an opportunity for Wang to get one back here. They've just got to find some space in attack and release the ball. So Grady to Cooper to Keane. Newton's by herself on the circle edge. Clark moves forward, not within range, has to go to Cooper. Finds Keane. She swings it to top. And the ball is just forced over the back line. So again, just throwing away passes that really should be hitting a target. So Ferbra goes to Clancy, but a contact call. So Clancy for Panthers will take the pass.
Ball just being retrieved. DeMamiel and Clancy double playing. Lloyd on the transverse line to Clancy. DeMamiel, Grady again, half a centimetre away. And Price puts herself in
under
the
that,
position.
didn't she? Yeah.
Can they convert here? Can they capitalise the Magpies? Pass like that from Newton to Keane.
And they need to look in. Georgia Clark's there, waving a hand, saying, give me the ball. She gets it and makes no mistake. So after quite some time, they're able to score a goal. So 14 plays 22 here on the Cavalier home scoreboard. Second quarter action, Wang, centre pass, Ellie Cooper, give and go, finds Clark coming out. She's forced to go back to the line, a long way back. And another footwork call on Brooke Price. So something needs to change there.
I think it was a short pass, was it?
No, she called footwork, yeah.
I saw a short pass, which I was a bit more complex with. Keane doing her best to slow this run down. Lloyd to DeMamiel. Price again tries, but the ball is really accurate into Aguchi. 23 goals to the Panthers. DeMamiel to Sanson. Lloyd. All hands are up and over. There's a 2-on-1. Swung deep into the pocket.
Switched by the defenders, and Sanson's found on the baseline. Good ball into space to her, and she makes no mistake.
Nice patience from the Panthers there, because that was a really different attacking play. They weren't able to go to that high ball in, so they had to change up and really patient. Great from Liv Sanson to recognise that as well and come forward on that arc. Newton to Clark coming out. Cooper. Mastronardi with the 3 feet. Clark, the long ball.
And Keane smart, sitting under it and able to flick it out to Newton.
Gaining the obstruction of Ferbra and finishing with the Magpies' 15th goal here. 24 plays 15. Panthers,
and what do Wayne do here, Reece? Something has to change, doesn't it? I mean, 10 goals in it, 9 goals in it. Wayne...
And we
really need to do something coming into this third quarter.
Oh, Cooper.
I'd like to see him go back to their traditional setup of Grady and Dean, just to see whether they can affect some change in that goal circle. I know it takes Grady out of wing defence, but they've got other mid-court options. I mean, Ellie Cooper can go to a wing defence. Newton
might just stop that drive. And clever play
Great
there.
vision. Beautiful vision. Newton can go to centre. They've got Amy Byrne who can come into a wing attack. So they've got options that they can use.
That is the speed of Clark, what she can open up. That was a great play there from the Magpies. And you can see the hustle here. Every defender has someone, and Dean and Price have swapped. So Dean's come out to Sanson, making it really hard for her. And then Price is contesting the ball in the circle. Oh, the pass to Aguchi. Great vision. And a great finish from Sanson. Lovely to see her standing up today, and when she's been given the opportunity, nailing those shots.
And I think Price just likes to get on the body more and apply that physical pressure, whereas Dean's probably sitting off and coming through later. So they play a very different style of defensive netball. The umpire holding time and a caution on Mastronardi for contact, I think. Or was it intimidation?
Intimidation.
Yep.
But Clark, a great goal from her, nonetheless, taking the Magpies to 17.
And I'm not entirely surprised to see that, because I feel that does happen a little bit. With some defenders, they do that intimidation in the face, and that's a rule. You're not allowed to do it.
Contact on the ball from Price. She's stood out of play. And Aguchi just keeps scoring on her merry way. 27 plays 17 here on the Cavalier home scoreboard. Second quarter, thanks to McRae Motors, our major sponsor this season. Newton to Keane, top of the circle to Cooper. Oh, the ball
bullet
was
pass.
Beautiful, but just Clark's eyes were just down slightly. I really like this change. Demamiel's made the work rate of Cooper have to intensify, and Keane comes through with the intercept. And the goal for the Magpies. So,
and she's done that just by staying in play, I think, Reed. You know, it just makes such a difference. You know, you don't always have to be going for the contest.
Oh, and Dean.
Dean.
Oh,
gee,
damn.
I reckon that's unlucky. I reckon she...
And Price.
Oh, and that's probably another unlucky one. I think Wang are wondering what they've done here, and they finally get one.
Maybe that's one of those karma shots,
I
as
think
we
it
call
might
it.
be.
But anyway, credit to the
Amanda on the bench over there. Umeski's yelling with all her might.
The crowd at both ends were very, very loud, but it's finals netball.
It is. There's no
we love to
second
see it, and there was certainly no malice in any of those.
Oh gosh, no.
Those plays, just beautifully contested netball, as we see Cooper and Newton using Grady on the transverse line. Keen bullet pass on that baseline to Clark, and it drops in nicely. So 27 plays 19. Magpies with the centre pass. The last couple of goals going in their direction.
Feel the momentum changing a little bit. The Wang crowd's up and about. They're getting behind each other a little bit more. Keane has to go out to Newton. I'd like to find Newton find edge a little bit more. They've found Clark. She'll move under the post and make no mistake. So they're narrowing slightly. 20 plays 27 here. The Cavalier home scoreboard.
We are
about 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, we're into the final 5 minutes of this first half, and the high ball. Oh, great pull in there from Iguchi.
Well, I thought it was going to trickle over the back, but those long arms of Christine Iguchi's pulled them in. So Wang with the centre pass, Cooper forced to go back to Grady. She settles.
Oh, Lloyd with the defensive 1%.
It was a low pass, wasn't it? It really stayed low.
I think it might have come off Grady's
probably
hand,
right at Maddie Lloyd's height, actually, wasn't it? She was just the right height for Mads to have a go at that. So Grady again finds Newton.
Oh, bullet pass again from Newton. Cooper, Clark, I love how she used the arc of the circle there to find
and
that
drawing
attacking.
obstruction.
And just turns and props in another goal here. So 7 goals, still the difference. 28 plays 21 on the Cavalier home scoreboard. Demamiel to Sanson, looking down. Hands over, Cooper. Demamiel, and Grady just lost her feet there. Sanson using the circle edge, just as Clark had done at the other end.
And Grady is in that. She just couldn't stay offside.
The offside call, my apologies. Demamiel, Sanson just turns, passes. And Iguchi, 29 goals for the Panthers, 21 for the Magpies there. Centre pass to come. Newton
looks straight in.
Right idea.
Yeah, Clark almost kind of got stuck on the body there and couldn't quite get off and into the space. So Lavington with the ball.
Nice roll there from Ferber to get the front position. Demamiel just
waiting for
forcing
someone.
A second. Panthers at the moment through that mid-quarter going a little bit sideways, but the feed to Lloyd, just enough on it for the outreach of Price. Sanson, another goal from her 30, plays 21. It's 9 Panthers with the centre pass to come. Sanson, great look down.
He finds Lloyd, circle edge, just where they want it. Once they find circle edge, that's going to be very hard to stop.
Absolutely. 31. Back out to 10, the lead here, thanks to Cavalier Homes. Newton drops just in front of her. Clancy's pulled back for the contact. Newton to Keane and into Clark. Turning, and a beautiful goal there from Georgia Clark. Taking the Magpies 1 back to 9. Lloyd forced to go back again. Dean again. Oh,
she's offside.
Can't quite stay onside.
She needed a teammate just to push her back. Give her a shove, keep her onside.
Great to see her just having that awareness to come forward. And Price, well done there to not put her hands up and hope for the possibility that it may be fumbled.
And she was offside of court.
Just simple errors in this last probably minute of this first half. Iguchi, she's a little bit further out, but she steps in
makes no mistake.
32-22 Magpies with the centre pass to come. Can they score one? or 2 just before half-time. Cooper presenting forward again, gives off to Keane. What a held ball call,
geez.
so won't be happening there. Mastronardi.
Clark tried everything, hands over, but the umpire
The
called
call for no goal, Lloyd.
Lloyd
with the high
launches
ball
it.
coming in and a footwork call.
And Hannah Grady knew there wasn't long, but that was only seconds.
That is half-time in this qualifying final. The Panthers with the 10-goal advantage. What can the Magpies do in this second half? We will be with you after the break for this qualifying final. This is O&M Live Netball, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SS&A.
Recognise this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip and laugh a bit.
0.0% alcohol.
This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onwards, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
From entertainment to news and subscriptions in between, manage select subscriptions in one place with Optus SubHub. Streamline your paid subscriptions and save up to 10%. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Withers. Oh, they're all Withers. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Welcome back to O&M Live Netball. Thanks to McRae Motors, the qualifying final for the WJ Finlay Oval. Panthers, who have come into this game in third position with the 10-goal advantage going into this second half over the Wangaratta Magpies, and we can see that there are a few changes, probably some positional changes that we expected from the Magpies. They needed to change something to see if they can rectify this difference, but they made a good comeback in that quarter. They got within 6, but just couldn't quite penetrate to a little bit further than that. Byrne Amy Byrne, that is coming onto the court in wing attack. Sister Izzy Newton has gone to centre, dropping Ellie Cooper into wing defence. Hannah Grady into goal defence and Brooke Price back into goalkeeper. The shooting duo of Clark and Keane remain the same, which I think they really started to find that combination, and I think Clark just applied the right amount of movement and speed into that circle and didn't try to overdo it. The Panthers taking the court. Ferber dropping back into goalkeeper, and Audrey Adams, the youngster, getting a start in at goal defence. So the change coming as well, and I wonder just that matchup between Clark, size-wise and body-wise, against Ferber as the Panthers get us underway for this third quarter. DeMamiel and Adams teaming up.
And Adams playing 17s last year, so coming on this year into an A-grade final, it's a huge step up for her.
Keane.
Tipped to it, but falling the way of the Panthers. Yeah.
It's been one of those days so far for the Magpies. Kind of those 0.5% shots have not gone those way, but their defensive effort then has. So Price gives off to Grady. Cooper, just a little bit too much on that ball. And the Panthers again steamrolling through 33. They go to this third quarter thanks to McRae Motors. Byrne.
An obstruction call on wing defence, Steph Clancy. So
something that the Magpies won't be able to do is stop and wait for the whistle, though.
No, not at all.
Which Amy kind of did a little bit there.
Yeah,
but,
she did.
But it did come. Newton.
Sister to sister. We've got Byrne and Byrne. We've got Newton and Byrne this time. Last year we had Byrne and Byrne. So Keane takes a shot and makes no mistake. So 33 plays 23 here on the Cavalier home scoreboard. Third quarter action brought to you by McRae Motors. Lloyd goes across to Adams. Magpies hands over everything. They're really forcing Panthers to go back and forward here. They just cannot penetrate the line.
And you can hear the bench getting loud as well.
Yep, they still have not crossed that transverse. Lloyd eventually does. She just launches it.
Price
in that
forward,
front position.
so reward for defensive effort from their whole defensive unit there. Every player stepping up. Byrne forced to go back. The great defensive hands there of Clancy.
And Magpies are just going to have to do this for the next 15 minutes. Work hard at that defensive effort. Continue as a team to do that, and then when they do get the ball, reward, they're going to have to make the most of it. They're not going to get a second chance here like that. Georgia Clark not sinking it, and Taylor Ferber is under it, and that's a replay ball.
Replays again. So the opportunity here for them to capitalise.
They must get it in under the post. They need to be in a shooting sit. And a contact on Izzy Newton's and undisciplined stuff like that is really going to hurt them. They're working so hard to get the ball back. That's going to hurt them mentally as much as anything, because
Keane coming through with the contact. Adams gives off to Lloyd.
She looks in again. This time she waits. Finds Sanson in front. And a obstruction on Grady. So a 2-on-1. Finds Sanson in front.
Good rebound there from Christina Gucci. Tipping it to herself. 34 to the Panthers, leading the Magpies 23. Byrne just steady on that transverse line. Gives off to Newton. Sister to sister, back to Byrne.
And they just need to do that again. That was a very long 3 seconds.
That was a very long 3 seconds and a great
finally
feed.
finds
Clark
Clark.
just can't find the net of that ring. Adams, though, with the rebound. Lloyd, she's up really, really high for a wing attack.
Adams
Pops
having to
back
chase
through.
it.
So the Magpies are really congesting this centre third. The play's not quite as crisp here from the Panthers in these first moments of this third quarter.
No.
But once they find the space,
Newton. Yeah, and because they haven't got the long arms of Ferber too, they can't look for that tall target to put it up to. They're having to find that front player. Sanson finds the long arms of a Gucci and a sneaky little pass back to Sanson. Smart play. Gives her a shot under the post. So it's just changing up the way they're having to move that ball down the court, and Wang sensing that and applying that pressure, hands over. So DeManuel finds Lloyd off the line. She's very wide.
Clancy stepping up the obstruction call. Lloyd
Newton on the ground. There's not sure what the umpire's called.
Obstruction,
at the top of the circle on Cooper.
Yep. And Aguchi's
Yeah, and
out of range, and yep, the stepping call, the footwork call. Cooper forced to look back to Price and to Grady again. Cooper and Lloyd, great
That's a good
battle there.
matchup.
It's a great matchup.
Yeah.
And the speed of the Magpies is underway again. Newton.
Well held by Newton there. Didn't have a clear pass. Just waiting. So Byrne, well held again, finds Newton in clear space into Keane. And Clark just needs to box out a bit like Umansky was. Not needed on that occasion. Keane making no mistake. So they move to 24 Magpies.
Their centre
Still
pass
trailing
to come.
35.
Keane. Back to Cooper. Newton just to create a little bit of space is Byrne, and all three passes have gone pretty much nearly next to each other. They haven't found as much depth through Amy Byrne.
No, there's a lot of clear space here. We need to drive through to that open space.
Clancy and Byrne contesting. Byrne with the upper hand.
Adams over the top of Keane on that occasion. And beautiful shot by Kelly King. She says, I don't need to step in, I'm just going to take the long shot. And we've had a time called, so Liv Sanson coming to the bench and Brooke Wilson into goal attack. That is not an unusual move. We've seen that quite a bit. And Magpies are going to throw the bibs in the air too. So Amanda Umansky coming to goal shooter and Kelly King going to the bench and Georgia Clark to goal attack. So last time these two played, that last quarter, we saw some changes. The scorers will be over there being kept very busy. There'll be pens flying everywhere and names going left, right and centre.
Oh, an obstruction call. Places Grady out of play. That's 2-on-1 for Price, but Wilson opts to kind of become that third feeder, but drops in for the ball and sinks her first goal in it goal attack. So taking the Panthers up to 36. Newton to Clark on the circle edge. To Cooper. Byrne to Clark. Newton. Oh, there's so many players in that little zone, and the space opens up for Clark.
But just
swings
wrong-footed
across to Byrne. Great strength from her.
Oh, great
and clever
ball by Byrne. Low one, but just short by Umansky.
Just really rushed. Adams. The hands of Clark too close.
Umansky too close. So 2 out.
Adams to Lloyd. Lloyd and Cooper being a great tussle. Grady a bit disappointed with herself on that one because she knows how far away from that circle she is. Wilson gives off.
Oh,
and Price 2
position.
hands in front. Yep, and just, again, not enough ball on that feed.
No, very flat, almost straight to the hands of Price, isn't it?
Grady, whoa.
Oh,
the contest.
Chase is on here. Step footwork call. And I think Wilson felt Brooke Price on her tail. Thought I need to get rid of this ball.
Brooke's
pressure was on. Brooke and Brooke were.
Grady. So Wang just really needing to find something here. They haven't let this deficit get too big, but just a little bit more space.
And Byrne needs to roll out of there. Just getting caught. That's better passing. And much better space opening up there.
And it drops through for Umansky for their 26th goal third quarter, thanks to McRae Motors. Demamiel stepping into the circle. And a breaking call. Panthers really in control in this game. Wilson.
It's been a really weird quarter though.
Yes.
Felt very strange.
Not quite as clean as crisp as the first half was.
Quite interrupted. So Gucci puts another on the board for the Panthers. 37, plays 26. Wang finding a little bit more space the last couple of times they've gone forward. Clark there and obstruction outside and just holding it up. And that's very frustrating when you're the attacking team.
Audrey Adams doing her best, but too close on the body there.
That's off, but
off
Amansky's
the
under
hand,
that.
just to the side. And that's a better rebound. So the deficit remains 10, 37 plays 27 here into the second half of this third quarter.
Wang really needing to get some turnovers late in this quarter if they're going to be a shot here in the last quarter. And Hannah Grady heard me. She says, I'm going to do my best. So Wang with the opportunity, sideline throw in.
It was a bit basketball-esque there from Clark, pleading that it was their direction. It was. It came off the foot of Wilson. But, yeah, Clark coming out with the drive now. That's a little bit more space. Byrne, I just wish she'd clear through and not run straight through the passing.
Yeah, she's
not creating too much space there, just kind of making it a little bit messier. But Newton, clever there not to give the high ball too early.
And faking it is much better too, and there it is there.
Oh,
yes.
Adams, great contest.
And
but
again,
2 hands from Umansky.
Enough air on it, and Adams should not be in that contest. There's a height mismatch there.
28 plays 37 here. The Magpies still trailing the Panthers. Their centre pass to come. Byrne off the line. Clark finding the space in front. And Umansky also finding front position. Good feed from
Nice
Clark,
hold.
just
Nice,
enough on it.
Nice quick response there by Wang. One of their better centre pass
We did say at halftime, Tam, if they could be within 5 at three-quarter time, we'd have a real ball game. But 10, that margin's really hard to bring back in a quarter.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're back to 8 at the moment, so we've got time called here.
Umpire asking to give the ball directly back, I think. And the ball from DeManuel just too big into Aguchi. So Wang with an opportunity here to take it back. Price on the baseline.
Can't afford to give that ball to Grady so close. And Grady, the transition, that's what we love to see from them. That's a better,
finding
space,
yeah, and then that's the thing. Once Lavington give them any space, that's the damage they'll do quickly. So
Newton to Byrne, and Clark using the baseline.
Oh,
drops the pass in. Oh.
And that's probably also some fitness coming into play. Like we've gone 3 quarters. It's been a tough game. It's been a hard fought out game. So once the defensive pressure drops off and Wang finds some space, they're going to start to move that ball quickly. Lavington need to stay with them, maintain this pressure.
Yeah. Clark's on her own. Obstruction call at the top of the circle. Clark setting up. Great feed there from Newton. Audrey Adams, great stretch from her. Clark and Umansky battling it out, but it's a contact first.
Call. One going the Wang Magpies way. They're saying finally we get one.
31, so we're back to 6. 37 plays, 31 here. The Panthers with the centre pass to come. Centre pass to come.
Lloyd has to go back to the line. Goes back to Lloyd. She looks in. Wilson coming out in a great little
Price again.
But the ball
and
went out.
The throw-in is in the Magpies' way. So can they get another couple here late in this third quarter? Oh, I don't know who
late coming through
Newton
late. So
intended that to go to. There were 2 options there.
I think it was staying to Grady, but I think
Newton coming through. Cooper, Clark.
And that drive by Clark through the middle is really opening it up for them too nicely.
Clever play there.
Great pass there by Umansky to
Clark just took half a second there because she wasn't sure exactly whether that was going to be a replay, but it bounced off her shoe. But it's the offside call first. So Clark using circle edge. High ball into Umansky. Better set up from the Magpies. And it drops through. We are back to 5. 37 plays 32 here. Magpies with the centre pass to come. Clark.
Grady's begging for it over the other side of the court. Obstruction call. Grady telling him just to settle. Clark through the middle. That's worked well for them. She's opening it up. It's dragging Adams out and leaving a one-on-one with Umansky, and she's finding better space, isn't she? She's getting... Oh, and Clark. Smart play.
The arms chase.
Just not able to get Byrne on the inside. So Lavington with the ball.
Well played there from Georgia Clark to really...
And Wang will need to try and get a turnover here. They've worked hard to get the deficit down. They don't want it to blow out again before three-quarter time. Only a minute or so to go in this quarter. Wilson with the ball.
Forced to go back to the transverse again. DeMamiel to Lloyd, centering
Hands
ball.
over everything by Wang. The umpire has found a contact.
With Grady.
2 on
Just
1.
Circle edge. Wilson, mid-range shot.
Oh, smart
clever
tap.
rebound.
Yeah.
Interestingly, that is only the Panthers' 5th goal of this third quarter. 10 goals to 5 in favour of the Magpies. So
if Lavy can hold it up here, there's only seconds. Although actually we had a
couple of stoppages. So
yes, there's probably a minute to go.
a little bit longer than we think perhaps, but Wilson held up again, forced to go back. Lloyd held up. Demamiel turns, passes in.
Oh, good pulling by Oguchi there. She was.
And a couple of quick goals from the Panthers puts them back out to 39, leading the Magpies 32. Newton forced to go back to Cooper. It's days like today's they need that drive of Leah Genvy coming off wing defence, I think, and that leaves Cooper in. The ball's off Adams. Baseline throw in for Clark. Just don't want the Magpies to rush now.
Clark knows that there's not long to go here.
Offside.
And time wasting there. Tactic by
Umansky. Strong play there. Slash arm to get around, as it's aptly known. And a beautiful goal there. And 33 plays 39 on the buzzer. We are coming into the final quarter in this qualifying final. The Panthers 39 leading the Magpies 33. This is O&M Live Netball. And on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SS&A.
Recognize this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip, and laugh a bit.
0.0% alcohol.
This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onwards, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
From entertainment to news and subscriptions in between, manage select subscriptions in one place with Optus SubHub. Streamline your paid subscriptions and save up to 10%. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Game on, hey?
Welcome back to O&M Live Netball, and it is certainly game on here in this qualifying final. The Panthers have come into this game from third position with the 6-goal advantage going into this fourth and final quarter over the Wangaratta Magpies. The winner of today's game will face the Yarrawonga Pigeons in next week's semi-final. The winner of that game will go straight through to this year's grand final, but we need to get through this fourth and final quarter thanks to Martin's Aubrey. Liv Sanson has re-entered the court for the Panthers in goal attack. Ferbra has gone out to goal defence, and Mastronati has re-entered the court into goalkeeper. No changes from the Magpies, which we thought, given the great third quarter that they did have. And Aguchi, I think that's her first miss of this game. Takes the Panthers to 40, leading the Magpies 33. Clark and Newton finding space. Grady to Cooper, to Grady, to Cooper.
To Grady. To Burn. To mix it up. To Clark.
Back to the reset.
Being patient. And we know Wang are happy to do that. We saw that last year in the finals, didn't we?
Absolutely. And considering that they were personnel down as Clancy comes through, but he's offside first. Clark, it'll be a pass only, being offside. Uses Burn and drops the high ball into Umansky. 34. The Magpies trail the Panthers 40. Panthers with the centre pass to come. Demamiel, since coming on at quarter time, has been a really calming influence through their mid-court and created a bit of havoc for Cooper. They matched up beautifully as Aguchi again nets another beautiful goal for the Panthers. 41 plays 34 here. The sisters in Burn and Newton passing to one another. Grady to Cooper.
Just urging Cooper to get a bit of depth. And Newton, great pass to Umansky. Just saw her, set her going back and dropped the ball into her. So Magpies move to 35, trailing 41. It'll be a Lavington centre. Demamiel finds a Lloyd off the line.
There doesn't give Liv Sanson any space. So her work rate's really stepped up in this second half.
Yeah, and I think she's made a difference going to that goal defence. She just, the position she knows well.
Sanson again, just a beautiful feed. The connection between those two is outstanding.
Yeah, she just knows where Christine is. It's almost like she doesn't have to look. She just turns and has a sense where she is. And
Byrne did well there because she didn't really move her feet, just the top of her body, but enough to get the front position and come out for that centre pass receive. Grady and Newton, the double play. Oh, and that's one of the ones that you wish was played advantage.
Just call advantage. That is such a disadvantage for
a
players to do that.
A little bit too slow there, but nonetheless, Magpies on the attack. Clark using circle edge and a beautiful shot.
She's made a really big difference.
42 plays, 36 here. Magpies defending this centre pass of the Panthers. Grady instructing the troops, the arms of Clark.
And Clark really, I guess, providing a lot more defensive pressure in that goal attack position too, matching Ferbra for height. So
and
wingspan.
Wingspan. Arms and legs everywhere in that goal defense.
Forcing the passer to think and second guess. As Gucci takes the ball but too far out for her liking, so she has to offload it. Lloyd forced to go a long way back to Ferbra on the line and then receive it again high. Having to reset. Gucci
pulls it in.
Having to chase it down, but makes no mistake that time.
Nice patient play there from the Panthers. That was set up by Maddie Lloyd using that reset to the circle.
She had to go a long way back and cover a lot of distance and well kept in by Georgia Clark. Umansky did well to back her up. She saw that ball early and chased it down and finished it off nicely with a goal. So Wang just starting to connect with each other a lot better this
43
second
plays,
half.
37. Umansky looking a lot more confident since coming back on the court.
And agile, yes. So
Lloyd.
She's wide, looks in.
Winds up. And again,
spills.
That was the only option and a little bit too flat on that. And the defensive work of the Magpies were able to capitalise and pull in the scraps. Byrne needs to use the reset ball, gets it back from Grady to Clark. Cross circle to Newton and the space in front opens up.
And I think the two talls in there, it's forcing Ferbra to have to go with one of them and Clark being quite mobile. She's drawing Ferbra and it's really leaving Amanda in that one-on-one.
And
with Kate Mastronardi.
we've got to remember these two still haven't played a lot of netball together. Not a consistent season yet.
No.
Like it's really been in this second half, but they've still been rotating through with Kelly and Amy Byrne. But a pass gone and miss there. Straight to Ferbra. Beautiful two-handed take. Umansky doing her best to try and get it back. Mastronardi nice and strong. Gives off to Clancy. Clark again applying the pressure. And Demamiel just settling that ball. Grady.
Ball spilled out.
Sanson disappointed with herself. Thinking probably of the next move before finishing that one off. Grady calling the board where she wants it. Cooper.
Oh, great vision to find Cooper cross court. Destruction there. Byrne with the penalty.
Oh.
And Amanda's
few bodies
having
have
a
been
little
on
rest on the ground there. Now's not the time, Amanda. Step up and
okay, we
shot.
are back to 4:43 plays 39. It is the Panthers centre pass to come. And there is plenty of netball left in this fourth and final quarter. We have only played 5.5 minutes. Clark calling the troops to settle. The ball into Umansky. And it's back to 3:40 plays 43. Magpies centre pass to come. Byrne coming through. Clark to Newton. Happy to work it around. Cooper to Grady. Back to Cooper to Newton. Grady demanding that ball back middle.
And this is where Newton's been outstanding for them today.
And Demamiel as well.
And Byrne waiting for the call there and not coming. She can't do that.
There's been a time call.
Caution to the Wangaratta bench.
It's been reversed.
And the umpires are within their right to do that. Umpires have authority over the bench and officials. So she's reversed the call. Lavington with the penalty. And the players will not be happy with their bench. But they will have to do everything they can to get this ball back. So
and they do. Aguchi strong. And trickles it in. It's to 4:44 plays 40 here. Panthers with the centre pass to come. Lloyd calling that it's got to go back first. You can see that signal and a footwork call.
She's
Magpies.
been hot on the footwork, Jane, the umpire over that side today.
As Newton to sister Amy Byrne. Cooper and Newton, the quick hands of those two. And again, which feed is she going to opt for? And opts to go around the hands of Ferbra. Clark, a beautiful goal. 3 goals the difference. 44 plays 41. And Newton giving the opportunity
Just
there.
it
was just
yeah.
the ball was coming back
and
thick
common,
and fast.
Common sense shown there by the umpire. So
and a great pull in there. The hands of Clancy not getting her feet around. Byrne, that's better space and better positioning from Umansky. And a great shot. We are back to 44 plays 42 here on the X-Ray Group scoreboard. Fourth quarter. Thanks to Martin's Travel Group, Aubrey, and I thought Cooper was going to have a stab at that strong take from Aguchi. And it does not drop, but she gets the rebound.
That time it does.
Whoa, the pressure's starting to mount. I'm getting that excitement of being out there myself.
Oh, no, it's finals netball, isn't it?
To Cooper.
Still 8 minutes to play, 7 minutes or so in this quarter.
Byrne, sorry. To
Finds
Clark. Finds Newton. Clark.
Oh,
and it's
off the foot.
Over. So the Magpies will have to work hard to turn this over again. Mastronardi just finding out where the throw-in is to be set. And Byrne.
Good attempt.
Great attack there.
And this is where composure comes into it, Reed, doesn't it? Not getting caught up in the crowd, not getting caught up in the umpire's decisions.
And there are plenty of players on here with plenty of finals experience
and there's
across
plenty
both
of time.
courts.
7 minutes is a lot of
time. Oh, Price
left.
again. Oh,
step. Oh, no.
No contact. And the players just need to make sure that in these final moments, as it is getting close, that they don't get caught up in those calls that perhaps don't go their way. And Sanson forced. Cooper attempts. Great contest there between Cooper and Demamiel, one of the key matchups on court.
Absolutely.
Sanson, great hold from Grady.
Oh.
Just on the last second.
Yeah, that was a great hold. She stayed in play,
Sanson again.
Oh, Gucci able to stand there with those beautiful long arms and just pull in that rebound.
Back out to 5. Got within 3. Still over 5 minutes to play in this final quarter, so plenty of netball. Clark. Oh, clever to hold on to that.
Umansky was there.
Oh, Mastronati. She does well to hold on to that. Umansky looking a little bit unsettled as she comes back into play. Demamiel, Cooper and Lloyd running
she's
hard.
cutting that really well.
Demamiel again to Sanson. Lloyd. And Price again moving, and a bit of movement in the circle there from Christine to try and change up what Price is doing. They're back out to 6:48.
Just
plays
there
42 here. Demamiel with the centre pass.
And a
footwork
yeah,
call.
that's a pressure of Grady. She's really contesting. And then Mansky's coming off. She's called time. Looks like she's really struggling. So Keen's gone to go shooter. Yes, Keen's just gone straight to shooter. So a straight swap there.
10 minutes. We've got 5 minutes left to play in this fourth quarter. What can Kelly Keane do coming on? Can she
drawn a contact straight up? So she'll look to go to Clark or take the shot. Takes the shot.
And Ferbra on the rebound. Nice and strong. 2 hands. Panthers on the attack. Ferbra to Demamiel. Back to Ferbra. Clancy. Lloyd, she's been so consistent in that wing attack position all day, but the defensive pressure of Magpies force the ball to spill out just a little bit. Panthers regain. Lloyd again, that pressure of Cooper. She's really found space in front. And again, Cooper outstretched. Lloyd, unbalanced,
Price,
but just enough.
And Price just overrunning it, not able to get back around to contest that.
Back out to 7:49, plays 42 here on the X-Ray Group scoreboard, fourth quarter, thanks to Martins. Group Aubrey, Keane looks at it and just a hand of the Panthers getting the advantage.
Yes.
So
momentum's really gone their way this time.
Yep. That strong first half put them in control all day, and it's been the Magpies chasing. Have a little bit of work to do in these final minutes. Cooper and Newton.
But I tell you what, credit to Magpies. You know, they were a long way out of this game there for
that third quarter, 11 goals to 6. But it's all been.
And they staged a huge comeback. And I think the loss of Genvy before the game has impacted them big time. But, you know, credit to them. They've come back.
And, Keane, will she get the shot again? She does. Ferbra stood out of play.
Wobbly post. It's still able to get the goal.
49 plays 43 here. Less than 3 minutes to play. Sanson standing up strong. Would love to see her just turn that little bit further and look in as she'd been doing in that whole first half. As she turns and looks and gives to Christine. A beautiful connection between those two and a great finish from Christina Gucci. She's been phenomenal. I think it's only 3 misses for the whole game, which is fantastic and what you want coming into finals. Clark and Cooper. Magpies will keep fighting it out for these last few minutes. Grady gives off to Newton.
And
Ferbra.
They're the balls she loves. She's so
Yep.
good at those balls around the arc, isn't she?
Comes through.
The wingspan's phenomenal, so you've got to do well to get it past
too much on it, but well done from Sanson there, just backing Lloyd up. And Aguchi drops it in for the Panthers' 51st goal. Their centre pass to come into the final few minutes here on the McRae Motors time clock. Ferber is on the line, but she was offside first. The toes verging into the Magpies' defensive third. Newton to Byrne, Grady to Clark. For Mindtam, I think the mid-court of the Panthers has been really consistent all day. I think Maddie Lloyd's had 2 different players against her, and I think she's run her heart out today and really fed pretty consistently.
Yeah, I think and Angela Manuel made a big difference when she came on as well. I think they've been really strong for Lavington. But likewise, I think Izzy Newton and Ellie Cooper have been two of Wang's most consistent. So I think it's been a great mid-court battle. I think Ellie's matched Maddie Lloyd's speed really well and has stopped a lot of those drives. So, you know, and that's what's great about this game, that you can put girls against each other and both can really, you know, have a great impact for their team and have a great tussle, a really fair but really great battle out there, and we've seen that in both of those, whether it's been the centre or the wing attack, wing defence duel. It's been fantastic.
As we see the Panthers on the attack, Magpies knotted another goal, but
I think Grady's also, I thought Grady's was good as well. I think there's been couple of key moments.
Beautiful take.
Couple of key moments where she's caused a turnover, and when they were looking at coming back, she really lifted her team. And that's that
Price
captain's role, isn't it, that Hannah Grady does so well.
Absolutely, and Iguchi. Another one. So it's out to 8 again. There is not long to play as the siren goes for full time. So it will be the Panthers going on to see the minor premiers in the Pigeons next weekend. Wangaratta, though, have that second chance, so we will see them in next Sunday's elimination final as Tamara Matthews goes to get our player of the day. A big thank you, as always, to our major sponsor, McRae Motors, Cavalier Homes, 777 Automotive, the X-Ray Group Albury, and Martin's Travel Group Albury, as Tam Matthews retrieves our player of the day in Maddie Lloyd. Mads, congratulations.
Well done,
a
Mads.
great win.
Hot enough for you out there.
It's not like you ran a full game in.
Turned on the weather for you.
What was the game plan going into today?
So this one to come in and stick to what we've been doing all year and
we were talking about, we've spoken about in the second half of the season that you guys have probably done the right out of the season, but particularly moving from yourself and just staying consistent and starting to on the ball.
yeah, to be honest, it's really tough. It kind of goes against what I've been doing. Yeah, it's more. Yeah, it takes a while to get to it. It's just so
You made me miss it today. I want to be out there with you. What a game! Absolutely. And you get the opportunity to come up against Sierra Longa next week. You've given yourself every opportunity to have a second chance as well, Maddie Lloyd, our player of the day, go and enjoy the celebrations and congratulations. Tam Matthews, that is the end of the qualifying final. Panthers 53 over the Magpies 45. Probably not the margin that we were expecting. We were competitive to Magpies, so I still am two ahead of you in the tipping stakes. Panthers, and they came out far enough.
yeah, I think they're really
Sometimes that's not what you want, but I think the fact that did get tight, they withheld the pressure, and then they were able to go on with it. I think that gives them, like I said, a bit of mental confidence going into next week. And for Wang, look, they'll regroup. They will. They're a good final side. The way they came back today, I think, showed real courage and plenty of heart. And they'll get Leah Genevieve back. I think the loss of her makes a big difference. I know she's one player, but she is an amazing player. Her actions speak louder than words. And when they needed to be able to make a couple of changes today, they didn't quite have probably the versatility that they would normally have with her. So,
and interesting, I'm just seeing Captain Izzy Newton over there talking to the umpires post-game. So
yes.
Probably just asking a few questions about a couple of the calls that went down so that maybe they can, change a few things for next weekend. But tomorrow, we are back on the airways at Double Up, the elimination final between the Myrtleford Alpine Saints and the Wodonga Raiders. It is going to be fantastic. It is just across the road at the Normans Oval, and we're looking forward to it. It is do or die. So plenty of netball to be played here this afternoon, but Tamara Matthews, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. I'm Rhiannon Harris. This is O&M Live Netball, and at O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SS&A.
Recognize this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip, and laugh a bit.
0.0% alcohol.
This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onward, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
From entertainment to news and subscriptions in between, manage select subscriptions in one place with Optus SubHub. Streamline your paid subscriptions and save up to 10%. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.